Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new, welcome. My name's Monica, and it's great to see everybody here again. And today I am going to be pissing some people off. I really think I'm going to be angering some people because I am going to be talking about some of the books that I read that I thought I would love, but I actually hated. So my first video, which is already up, and I will link it down below and it'll be tagged at the end of this video, is books that I thought I'd hate but I ended up loving. Well, now I'm doing the opposite. Books I thought I'd love but I actually ended up hating. Again, these are my opinions, and if you look in my Goodreads, you realize that I'm very generous with my star ratings because writing books is freaking hard. Like it is a tough thing, and to put yourself out there, I always make sure I give credit where credit's due. Now, there are some where I will not rate them because I just did not like them. Those are not technically wrong, but if you see a 2-star, there are some things that I really raged over. And there are some that I gave 3 stars that I really didn't like. And I was just being very nice because, again, writing is hard and I don't like being mean. I hate being mean. It is me. I don't like being mean. And this video, and I have more books in this video than I think I did in the last one. I don't know. But I guess let's just get into it. And I would be remiss if I did not start with If This Is Love by Julie Ann. I read the crap out of this, and I did give it 3 stars because she made me feel. She did it. She made me feel. Her writing was flawless. And for that, I had to give the rating. And it's not technically a terrible story. It just was not for me, okay? Like, I felt like I was stuck in the Dolly Parton song, Jolene, and you've heard me talk about it, and because I've talked about it a few times. I just did not like this book. And I know a lot of people who did, but I just felt like both of the main characters were cowards. I felt like it was in a bad country song or a bad version of Jolene. But is there a really bad version of Jolene? That's just a good song. But anyway, I have to put that one in. We all know. And it's me. That one was just me, I think. But she did a fantastic job of writing it. I just didn't like it. Not for me. Moving on. Then, book 2 in the Salacious Players Club. Eyes on Me. Okay, Mia and Garrett. This was too incesty. I'm sorry. It was, oh my gosh. She was a cam girl. He was her stepbrother. What the heck? No. I was just icked out through the whole entire thing of this. It literally stopped me from reading the rest of the series. It did. I have not read, with the exception of Highest Bidder because I was curious on that one, I have not read the rest of them. I will continue on. I will read the next one. Give Me More, and I think the other one was Mercy, but I can't deal with the stepbrother, stepsister, cam girl thing. It was too incestuous for me. It was too much. Not for me. It was for a lot of other people, and I'm glad you guys liked it. I think, let me see, because I actually have my Goodreads down here. I think it's like 4.07 on Goodreads, so a lot of people like it. Again, not for me. Sorry, moving on. The next one actually just really ticked me off. I'm not gonna lie. This one is Romancing Mr. Bridgerton by Julia Quinn, and I don't really care about this season. In fact, I really hate this season. And it's not even out yet. I'm just like, no. Can't we just go to Benedict? I know people did not like Benedict in the book, but because he was a jerk. Yeah, he was a jerk. But God, at least he owned his jerkness. Colin Bridgerton. Oh my gosh. People think he's great. He basically, and it was brought up in season 2, where he's like, yeah, I wouldn't date her because she's big. Like, and then she glammed up. I don't even know if it's called glammed up because I'm just like, I don't like you, Colin Bridgerton. I liked him in book 1. I liked him in book 2. Then we get to his book, and I was so excited for it. I was so ready for it. I mean, I think, let's see, it has a rating of 3.94, which is not actually a bad rating. And I mean, Jessica from Peace Love Books liked it. She gave it like 4 stars. Jen from the Book Refuge liked it. I love you, Lisa. Lisa from Remarkably Lisa wrote in 2015, she wrote, quote, "It seemed like incest to me." Yeah. No, that was more like Eyes on Me, Lisa. Anyway. Yeah. No. No. He was like, basically, she lost weight, got pretty, then he was interested. I'm like, you're an asshole. Go away. And I will die on that hill. He was not good to her. He treated her as a friend, which is fine, as his little sister's friend, which she was. But then she's like, ooh, I'm pretty now. And he's like, oh yeah, you are pretty now. Okay, let's do this. And I'm like, no, no, no. Nope. No more Colin Bridgerton. I wish they would just skip his book and move on. And I know this is an unpopular opinion because everybody loves Colin Bridgerton, but I think he is a jerk, and I will stand by that because I'd rather have a heroine and a hero, but in this case it's a hero. I'd rather have a hero own his crap than to pretend that he's a good guy and then just be nasty to the girl. To the girl. And I saw it that way, and I just didn't like it. The next one. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I'm going to go here. Okay, so the next one is Laura Pavlov. I just think she is not the author for me. The first book I read of hers, I do not even remember. I can't even tell you what it's about. I know I gave it 4 stars because it was good. It was just done really quickly. She's a small town, and I love small town. I'm a small town person. I love small town romance. But then I read Make You Mine, and I was like, it was just so repetitive. It's like, I want to be with you, but I don't deserve you, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, well, that's all well and good, so just make up your mind and let's just get to it. The writing wasn't bad. I just could not connect to the character. So I tried another one of her books that was Into the Tide. I know, again, Jessica from Peace Love's books loved that one. I didn't care. I did not care, and I'm wondering if she is an author for me. I think I'm going to give her one more go, because I did like the first one that I read of hers. It was 4 stars, even though I can't remember it. That doesn't really mean anything right now. It's the end of the school's year, and we're all tired. And then this one is going to hurt a lot of people, and I want to say sorry, but I just can't. It's Marriage for One by Ella Mays, and I read this after to love Jason Thorne and to hate Adam Connor. Those two are my favorite Ella Mays. I flipping love those books. I really, really, really love those books. I did not like Jack. He was kind of a jerk in the beginning. Rose I felt like she was a bit of a pushover. Yeah, there was some stuff. It was very sappy. And Rose and Jack, yeah, no, I got it. And I was okay with it, whatever. But it took too long. And I love Mariana Zapata. Give me good slow burn. This one, it was not as good as I thought it was going to be. And I read this, let me look. I think I read this back in, okay, let me find mine. Yeah, Tori gave it 4.5 stars. Marta, Warda, what'd you give it? You gave it 3.5. Let's see, Bree gave it 5. Jessica gave it 5. Yeah, I feel like I may be missing out on something here. I don't know what it is. I read it back in 2020, and I just did not like it. So take that as you will. I did not like the characters. I did not like the pacing. I did not like the conflict. And I just was like, okay, I was bored. And I remember that. You will go on, if you go on to my Goodreads, you will see that this is a 2-star book. Like, I put 2 stars. I had such a visceral reaction to this book. I cannot stand this book. And I was actually very excited for it. It is Twisted Hearts by Cora Riley. This one is Hey everybody, this is Editing Monica. So one of the things that I noticed when I was editing this video is there was a lot of background noise, and I wanted to kind of explain that my oldest sister, I have 4 sisters and a brother. My oldest sister, she's living with us right now because they had to wait for their house to become available because they moved from a different state. And so there's always background noise because I have dogs and I live with people. I don't live by myself. Anyway, so at this part when I was talking about twisted emotions, you couldn't really hear what I was saying because of all because of all the background noise. So one of the things I started saying is how much I loathe this book. Like, I literally cannot stand this book. This is probably my least favorite book I've ever read. And that's saying something, because I read D.H. Lawrence, Ladies Chatterley's Lover, and I threw that book against the wall. And let's see, there's a lot of other books that I really cannot stand, but this one takes the cake. Like, I wanted Gemma to junk punch Savio through the entire thing because he was such an asshole to her. What he did to her specifically at that party was so disrespectful. She wasn't the greatest character. She was actually very poorly written. Her love came across as more of a schoolgirl crush, and it didn't really do anything. But he's so dirty. Like, I was like, dude, dip that boy in bleach, because I would not touch him even with a hazard suit on, okay? Because that's how much I hated Savio. And even afterwards, even in the next gen where we see him, I still hated him. Like, I could not stand him. And I wanted Gemma to stand up for herself. I wanted her to either run away and start a new life, or to or to do something so heinous to him that Remo would be like, good job. I mean, I could not stand his character. He was such a bad character. I love a good redemption arc. I like morally great characters. They're fascinating. They're very interesting. But when a character does what he did to her continually, I mean, he had sex with a girl who was making fun of her, who was her bully. And that to me is so disrespectful. And what he did to her at that party was so disrespectful. I wanted her to stand up for herself. She didn't really stand up for herself. So yeah, that book, it can just go into the pile of never read, never go near ever again. It does not exist to my mind. Cora Riley does some really good work. Twisted Loyalties, which is Fabiano's book, and I love Fabiano. I know not everybody liked that one, but I really liked that one. Then you had Twisted Emotions, which is Nino and Kira. Then you had Remo and Serafina's Twisted Pride, which is like peak Cora Riley goodness. And then you had Twisted Emotions, which was the or Twisted Bonds. I'm sorry, it was Twisted Bonds, which was the last part of Kira and Nino's story. Then it just like stopped. And I don't know what happened with Savio's story. It was so bad. Now, the next one, which was Adamo's book, wasn't as good as the rest of them, but it wasn't as bad as Twisted Hearts. I hate that book with a fiery passion. That one, if I had to pick out of every book on this one is the one I hate the most. So this one, and I have a feeling a lot of other people do too, because it has like a 3.5 rating on Goodreads, and I have a 2-star rating only because it's hard to write a book, and because I respect Cora Riley enough to give her those 2 stars. Other than that, yeah, no, would never recommend this book. It needs to go into the dumpster, and it just needs to go away. And that's how I feel about Twisted Hearts. Okay, so let's cut to the next one when there's not so much noise. Thank you. Bye. And this one is, honestly, I did not realize I was going to hate this one as much as I did until it came to a specific part. So it was good at the beginning, and this is Suddenly You by Lisa Kleypas. I love Lisa Kleypas. She's one of my all-time favorites. I love her to pieces. She is just like so good. I mean, she can tell a story, whether it's a historical romance or more women's fiction. I love her writing. I love the way she paces. I love her characterizations. I love everything about her books. So here's the thing with Suddenly You. I love Lisa Kleypas. Lisa Kleypas is I love her books, whether it's women's fiction or historical romance or anywhere in between. She can write her butt off. I absolutely love her stuff. I even love her older stuff. Like, I don't care. I just love her. The thing is with Suddenly You is I love a good surprise baby. I love a good secret baby. I am a stand for that trope. I know it's unpopular. I don't care. I love it. I don't care. Anyway, and Suddenly You has it. But here's the thing is there's one thing that she did in that book, the heroine did in that book, that really bothers me. And it really bothers me. It would bother me in real life if someone did this. unless there's a good reason for it. And I did a secret baby, surprise baby, that I actually talked about later. I talked about it where there has to be a good reason why you do not tell a father about the baby. She had no good reason. She was just being a jerk. I do not like that. I was okay with her character because she's trying to be this editor and everything, and I was okay with it. It wasn't my favorite Lisa Kleypas, and this is a standalone. It's not in a series. So if you want to go read it, go read it. But when you don't tell the father and there's not a good reason for it, that's going to make me very angry because that is incredibly disrespectful. And I just no. No. And to this day, I don't like that book. I will never pick it back up. And I love me Lisa Kleypas. I reread her books all the time. Like, she's one of my absolute favorites. And I could probably go on. But I'm just going to leave it here. And let me know if there's a book that you didn't like that I liked, or vice versa. And if you want to just leave me any emoji, why don't you leave me a pink heart emoji to let me know that you've been here. And until next time, my friends, happy reading. Bye.